I'm now going to prepare my spun columns. I take a 5 mil polypropylene tube. First thing I'm going to do is label them, number 1 and number 2. I'm then going to place on it, this is the top 2/3 of an Eppendorf tube with the cap removed. And it fits into this polypropylene tube like so. And I'll do the same for the other one. Okay. That's basically the holder for the spun column itself. And for the spun column, we're going to use a 5 mil blue tip. Sorry, a 1 mil blue tip. So I need to have a filter on the bottom to hold the stuff in, and I'm going to make that using siliconized glass wool. I'm going to put on the gloves, and then I'm going to take a little bit of the siliconized glass wool and stuff it down that blue tip. The goal is to pick off some of the siliconized glass wool in, say, 1/4 inch pieces. So it's difficult to see. I've got now silicone glass wool sitting here. I'm going to try and roll it up into a little wad, which I'm now going to place inside the tube. One of the tricks here is to not try and use long pieces, very long, like inch long pieces, but something more closer to 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch. Now I've got those pieces of the siliconized glass wool there, and I'm using a micropipette, glass micropipette, to stuff it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it on the bottom with my fingertips so it doesn't go in the bottom. And I'm just going to then poke at it with the glass pipette. And now I've got a little filter at the bottom, so I can put in the top here a resin. There's a little bit of glass wool on the side here. I'm going to push that down. It's okay if that actually sticks up there. Okay. All right, so that's the filter. Why do we have the glass wool siliconized? DNA will actually bind to glass fibers very tightly. By siliconizing the glass wool, the glass fibers, we provide a hydrophobic surface so the DNA on the glass wool and the DNA doesn't bind to it significantly. Okay, same thing. I'm taking my wad of glass wool. I put it into the tip, and I'm now going to stuff it down using the glass pipette, micropipette. If you don't make a big enough, and this is a good size, we're not wasting glass wool, we're finding a good filter at the bottom. If you don't have enough glass wool, you don't pack it tight enough, the resin that we're going to use in the next step will just go right through the filter. Okay. Now all I have to do is to add my resin. It's gel filtration resin, cephaloquinol S400, that's been equilibrated in TE. And I've got some stuff here. I'm just going to resuspend it. And what I'm going to do is take it up with a pipette, and I'm going to fill it essentially to the top. The resin should have roughly 30 to 40% of liquid above the resin after this resetted. I've resuspended so you can't see it, but when it came out of when it had been sitting for a while, the resin had settled and there was some liquid above it, 30 to 40, maybe 50%. You don't want to have a lot of excess liquid because then the slurry won't be thick enough. Okay, so I've got, this can sit for a few minutes. Once you spin it, so what we're going to do is we're going to pre-spin, do an initial spin that's going to remove the excess liquid. Then we're going to layer on our sample on top of that and then spin a second time. don't pre-spin it way in advance. Pre-spin it, say, no more than 5 to 10 minutes before you're going to use it. I'm probably not going to use this for another 10 or 20 minutes, so I'm just going to let this sit here, and I'm going to pre-spin it when I'm ready for it.